Ask any sailor about their first 48 hours on a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier, and they'll pause for a second. Because nothing, and I mean nothing, truly prepares you for what those 2 days feel like. Not boot camp, not the years of training, not the salty stories you heard from the guys who went before you. The moment your boots touch that non-skid surface, the world changes. The whole deck shakes. Jets are screaming to life, roaring right above your head. And it hits you. This massive 1,000-foot-long steel city is now your home. Most new sailors freeze. For a moment, you're just standing there trying to take it all in. Then your petty officer gives you a quick, firm tap on the shoulder. He says, "Stay close. Don't get lost. And whatever you do, do not walk into the jet blast zone." That is your official welcome. Then you head below. Your new living space hits you fast. It's called a berthing, and it's rows of metal racks stacked 3 high, barely bigger than a coffin. Your entire life, everything you own, now fits inside a metal locker the size of a school backpack. And the smell? The smell of a carrier is unique. It's a mix of metal, heavy-duty detergent, and just a hint of hydraulic fluid and jet fuel that somehow gets into everything. It doesn't matter where you are. You're always just a little bit close to the flight deck. Within the first hour, you're sitting shoulder to shoulder in a crowded, humming compartment being introduced to the most important word in a carrier, safety. Where to run during a fire. What to do if someone goes overboard. How to react when the alarms sound off. You don't think, you don't negotiate. You hear the alarm, and you just move. Then comes chow time. Walking into the mess deck feels like stepping into a giant high school cafeteria, crammed into a submarine. It is loud, it is crowded, and it is filled with uniforms. Every color, every rank from every single corner of the ship. You grab your tray, slide through the line, and you learn to eat fast. Nobody hangs around. There's always somewhere you need to be. There's always a job that needs doing. After that, you begin the impossible task, learning the ship. Aircraft carriers are floating mazes designed to maximize space, not intuition. There are a puzzle of angled hallways that never seem to end, ladders that are way too steep, and compartment doors that all look exactly the same. They are designed to confuse you. Every new sailor gets lost, at least once. I remember watching a kid from Texas, a smart guy but lost, get turned around so badly he ended up back where he started. 3 separate times. He looked completely defeated. But here's the thing. By the end of day 2, he was guiding others around like he owned the place. You learn it because you have to. Night on the carrier hits different. The lights switch to a dim, eerie red glow. We call it red light bill. The main hallways start to quiet down, and the sound of the ocean, that constant, deep hum, echoes through the steel walls. You climb into your rack, pull the curtain, and you try to sleep, while jets thunder off the deck right above your head. Your mind says, "Relax, you're safe." Your body says, "Yep, not happening." You can feel the carrier moving. You can feel the vibrations of the engines and the catapults. It's overwhelming sensory overload. But eventually, maybe around 0300, pure absolute exhaustion wins. You fall asleep in your metal coffin, rocking gently on the ocean, surrounded by 1 billion pounds of aircraft and ammunition. When the second day begins, everything feels a little more real. Your division chief looks you over a little less sternly this time and says, "All right, you belong to us now." You meet your actual team, the sailors who will teach you your job, your routine, your responsibilities. No matter how nervous you are, someone always helps you out, always shows you the right path. Why? Because everyone, from the lowliest E1 to the most grizzled chief, remembers their first 48 hours. By the end of day 2, something shifts. The noise starts to make sense. It becomes the backdrop to your day. The hallways don't feel so confusing. The entire ship doesn't seem as overwhelmingly large. You're still new, still learning, still messing up, but you're no longer an outsider. Because those first 48 hours aren't just an introduction to Navy life, they are a transformation. You walk on board as a new sailor, you walk away as part of something bigger, part of a crew, part of a mission, part of a family that sails with purpose. That is the true, unforgettable experience of your first 48 hours on a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier.